All right, so welcome back to the next day, actually 2 days. So we've made our sleeve, we've matched it to our back, and now we're on to attaching it to our quilt. And I'm going to show you in a second how I attached it. I actually did go ahead and just end pin it down so that I can go ahead and start stitching. I am really just eager to go ahead and just get this quilt done and get this sleeve put on. So this quilt is 109 inches from the bottom to the top. And when we're hanging the sleeve, the instructions on the website for this quilt show say I can only hang it from 90. So there's going to be 19 inches that people are never going to see on this quilt. And I'm okay with that. I am going to build in a second sleeve, so I'm attaching the first one, and then when I go to put the binding in, I'm going to attach the second one. So in case they do want to hang it and there is a larger area to hang it from and they go, ooh, well, let's hang it from here. Thank you if you do ahead of time. Then we'll go from there. So I took both sides and the middle and, well, really the both sides, and I measured up 90 inches. And that's the top of the sleeve, and you'll see that in a second. And then I went ahead, figured out, oh, it's 19 inches from the top of the sleeve to the top of the quilt, and then I used the other side and just measured 19 inches all the way down so that I could make sure that it was as straight as possible. And I did put it on my long arm machine, and this is why I'm glancing this way. I just kind of like stretched it out over my long arm. I just can't sit around and sew it. I really wish I could just sit in a big oversized chair, turn on something off the TV, because I rarely watch TV. I know this is probably bonkers to some people. Like, what, you don't, I really don't watch TV. Whatever's on the TV, that's what I watch. I really wish that I had like channels and things that I watched. I listen to things on YouTube, whatever comes up next on YouTube, but I'm pretty much a music girl. I listen to music constantly. If you were to walk in here, I'm jamming to 70s, 80s, 90s, a little bit of the 2000s, not very much. And all different types of genres too. So whatever I'm in the mood for. But that's what I listen to. And then I watch people's lives on replay most of the time because I'm always missing them. Unless I'm on it. So, anywho. So, I'm rambling. And you're not here to watch me ramble. You're here to learn about this sleeve. So I'm sorry if you had to like skip ahead. I'm going to go ahead and turn you around. And we'll go from there. Oh, as I'm turning you around, look at Wooly and Lucy May. Aren't they adorable? I know. Okay. So here is my sleeve, and this is actually backwards. The top of my quilt, the top of my quilt's here. The bottom of my quilt is off on the long arm. And so this is the sleeve all the way across. And I've kind of just set it up on the last two bars. Because I'm a pet household, and I don't want to get hair on it. I gotta put it up somewhere, right? Anywho, so I put it up here. I stretched it out, and this is where we're starting with. I've always just used my Aurifil. I'm pretty sure, you know, whatever you're more comfortable with when it comes to binding, that works. Let me go ahead and get my little scissors out. And this is going to be kind of really hard to see because A, we're on cream fabric and we're using a matching thread. I learned this method from Kimberly Jolly on the Fat Quarter Shop, and she's absolutely amazing. I just remember making my mom's quilt, and I heard my mom say, the best binding in the world is a hand-stitched binding. Can you hear your mother saying that for all the quilter friends? So I refuse to machine bind her binding. And so here we are. All right, let's go ahead and get you a little bit closer to what I'm doing. All right, whenever I'm starting stitching, I pretty much go up underneath, go through the sleeve, and then through the loop, and I create just like a little, a knot myself. Okay. Maybe I just need to do an overhead view. Okay. So let me move this pin just up a little bit. Here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just use the back. We're gonna be underneath. We're gonna come through like the very edge. Then we're gonna be behind that, and we're gonna take another stitch. And we're kind of gonna go up like a 1/4 inch every single time. I come behind that stitch I just made. I come up through the sleeve. Behind my stitch. And I'm gonna go all the way down my quilt like this. Behind that last stitch. Just going through the backing. And I'm just right on the edge. Let's see. Right on the edge where my fold is for this sleeve. And that was a little big a chunk, so we're gonna go back a little bit. And I need a better needle. I couldn't find my needles, so I'm gonna go out today anyway. Just waiting for someone to get home so we can go from there. All right, I'm gonna move this pin out of the way. I wanna try to keep this as taut as possible and as straight as possible. Because I am sewing it in the middle of my quilt and I don't have a binding to go on. So it's imperative that I just keep adjusting, keep looking, you know, am I parallel to the top? Am I veering off to the side? Oh, stay in the frame, Jess. But I'm just gonna keep taking chunks from behind it and then going up. And just like hiding our stitches. Somebody keeps beeping me on my phone, my watch. And it's 10:30 in the morning. No, it's noon. Oh, I've been up for a while. A lot longer than I thought. So, going from behind. It's looking really good. Ow! All right, let me show you what I've done. Yeah, I'm using not a cross-stitch needle. This is like redonkulous, but hold on a second. So that's where I'm gonna stop for part 1. When I come back in part 2, I'm gonna come back down the bind. Oh, let's put the cows behind me. Yeah, Well, this is my better side anyway, right? So I'll show you the sleeve and how to adjust it a little bit so it kind of like bows out a little bit, and then you can see that piece and put the binding on. We're gonna machine bind it at the beginning and then hand stitch it all the way around. It is July 11th. I leave on the 27th, which is 16 days away. Will I make it? That's for you to find out. I hope so, because if not, I'll be doing this on the airplane on the way there, and we both know that that's not going to happen because I want to sleep. All right, until our next video, thank you so much for following along. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the next short or video. All right, bye.